Hey guys, it's Ox here, and today I'm going to be showing you my top 5 favorite Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy Fan Art. Try saying that 3 times fast.
Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy Fan Art. Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy Fan Art. Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy Fan Art!
Whoa! Shut up. So there was a lot of Foxy Fan Art that I had to go through. It took me 3 days to figure out which ones were going to make it in the top 50. I quickly crossed out my least favorites until I was left with about 10 pieces of fan art. I wasn't sure which ones to put into the top 5, so I asked my sister what she thought. I then disregarded all of her stupid opinions and went with my original choices. Now my top 5 countdown will consist of 3 categories:
Funny!
human, and nightmare. But before we begin, I just want to say I do not claim ownership to any of the artwork that you are about to see. So without further ado, it's time to introduce the number 5 pick for the funny category. I like this one because it's really cartoony and it has pretty stars. And for the human category, I picked this. The red outline adds a creepy effect, and it's a good piece of artwork in general. Also, the blood marks and the words "coming for you" in the background really do have a creepy effect. And for nightmare, I've chosen this. It's not really scary, but the darkened colors give it the aspect of the unknown, which makes it totally creepy. And for number 4 in the funny category, I've chosen this. It's not necessarily supposed to be funny, but it's just the way that he's bent over. It's all like, "Alright son, I'll have a little nibble there." And for human, I've chosen this one. I like it because it really does make him look like a pirate, and I always imagine that Foxy in human form would be a little bit taller than the others. And for nightmare, I've chosen this one. I like it because his eyes are glowing red, it's pretty realistic to a monstrous fox, and he's just creeping out from behind the curtain, which lets you know things are just getting started. And coming in number 3 for funny, I have this. I really like it because it's winking, it's got its eye patch up, one of the ears is folded down, the other is flopping in that direction, and look at its little hook. It's so tiny, couldn't even hook a fish. Also, it's just kind of good in detail and other stuff like that, I guess. And for the human category here, I have this. We're mainly going to be focusing on the Foxy character, of course. So, one of its eyes is darkened out and it has hair going over it, which is kind of creepy. Also, the other eye is red and almost glowing. And overall, it has a really creepy smile with sharpened teeth. And that's actually accurate to the game, because none of the others had sharpened teeth except for Foxy. And, you know, it really just gives me the bejeebies. And for the nightmare category, we have this creepy thing. I mean, it's just a head, but that's all it needed. I mean, it's sharp teeth and Five Nights at Freddy's written in blood at the bottom added up to an extremely creepy image. And look at it. It just shoots fear at your face. You gotta be creeped out. And coming in number 2 for funny, we have this little guy. I mean, it just looks really silly. But it does have that line of blood coming from its hook, which is pretty cool actually for, you know, mixing scary and cute at the same time. And, you know, you're thinking, oh, how adorable, but you know it wants to rip your guts out. And for the human category, we have this guy. I mean, the bloody hand, the fact that he's on camera, looking directly into the camera as well, and the fact that he's smiling, which just gives you the idea that this guy's a freaking psycho! And for nightmare, we have this. Now you're probably thinking, this one isn't really scary, but to me it is, because the glowing eyes, that just creeps me out on anything. The jagged teeth freaks me out a lot, and to top it all off, if you look closely at his chest, you can see a bloody hand from his last victim. But before we reveal the top picks, here are some honorable mentions.
She says she's no good with words, but I'm worse. But started out a joke of a romantic stuck to my tongue. Way down with words too overdramatic.
And coming in at number 1 for funny, we have this. I mean, do I really need to explain why it's funny? I mean, just look at its eyeball. And for the human category, we have this. I mean, she's covered in blood, so is the sign. One of her eyes is missing, just like in the game. And if you notice, she has some pretty nice bahoobies. And for number 1 in nightmare, we have this. I mean, from the blood splatters in the background to the saliva dripping down its razor-sharp teeth, you have to admit, this one is the freaking scariest. I mean, and look at those eyebrows. Those eyebrows are freaking me out. So that was my favorite Foxy fan art from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Favorite Five Nights at Freddy's Foxy Fan Art. Ha! I got it!
Shut up! So thanks for watching my video, everybody. If you liked this video, click like. If you hated this video, click share. And if you hated this video so much that now you want to kill me, click subscribe. And make sure to check back on my channel soon for more Five Nights at Freddy's fan art favorites. Bye, everybody!